Okay, to our next story. You know, both Lagos State Government and the Federal Capital Territory, FCTA, administration have defended the ongoing demolition of buildings in unauthorized places in parts of the two locations. Now, whereas the Lagos State Government, through its Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, says since demolition commenced, no one has come up to complain about his property being demolished unjustly. He adds that the demolition has no ethnic or religious color. On the other hand, the FCTA has dismissed as a complete fallacy the news that the FCTA has approved a mass demolition by the Minister Nyesom Wike. The Pan-Igbo group, Ohanes Ndigbo, has decried the development. Tunde, we are at it again.
Well, what I just think is that for our so-called ethnic champions, I mean,
are they so-called?
They are ethnic. They are championing the cause of their ethnic.
Okay.
The Ohanes, I think we should try to look at a bigger picture of Nigeria. We should not play the victimhood card all the time when we flout the law or when we refuse to do what we are.
Oh, victimhood flag. Okay.
It's a symptom of inferiority complex, if you ask me.
Okay.
Because if it must be at every point in time, the law must be against at every point in time, then there must be something basically wrong with you.
All right. He talked about a victimhood flag. I'm looking at that flag and the color.
Well, it's in the hearts of those who playing the victim all the time. People must abide by the law. I am happy with what Chief Wanyawu said. He advises people to ensure that they comply with all legislations and local regulations to avoid demolition of their properties in Abuja and other parts of the country.
Yeah.
That is the right thing to do.
Yeah. He has spoken well.
Yes, that's the right thing to do. Follow the law. We can't have a country in which people believe that they can trample on the law and nothing will happen to them. You can't build a nation like that.
I've heard something like a man will buy 6 plots, get papers to cover one of the plots, but build on the other, develop the others.
Believing that nobody will come.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen people, all of those, you go to College Road, for example.
That's in Lagos,
yes, in the valley. They are building houses in the valley. Just go, you stand, you see where there has been real earth movement, you see.
But those buildings are approved. They are approved by government officials.
No, don't be too sure that they are approved. Don't be too sure.
Can you erect a structure without approval?
People erect.
It is possible.
Of course, people erect.
It's possible.
People erect.
People do that.
And people, yeah, but of course, our people are guilty of aberrant behavior. People, nobody, which government, do you know where I'm talking about? Here in Lagos. From College Road right up to even Ojodu, there are those valleys. People are building, gullies, people are building inside them. They are building inside them.
We must come back to it.
And it can cause, when there is a landslide, for example, like the one that happened around Shagisha here, it will take people's lives.
Obviously.
So a responsible government has an obligation to remove those buildings. When you build on drainage channels and you cause flooding that causes loss of lives, that causes people to lose their farmlands,
obviously,
a government that is responsible, that is not just government by name, has to make people abide by the law. If you fail, you are building houses, we are not allowing setback for drainage channels.
It reminds me quickly of the former minister of, former governor of Kaduna. He was the Obasanjo's when he made to demolish buildings, high-flying, including the IGP at that time. I was there when his building was going down.
He demolished the building of a former minister of FCT.
Okay.
You know, when you have the president, when you have the president's backing, of course you can do your work the way it should be done.
That's it.
Without caring about the repercussions and all that. People must behave responsibly. And when the terrible thing about our people, let me add this point before we go on the break, is even when they are warned that, look, we are coming, you've chosen not to get the right permits. There's even drainage permit that you need to take. So they are coming, they will not do anything until the bulldozers come. They will now say, oh, they lost their belongings. They didn't allow us to take our belongings. So how much longer do you expect them to wait for you?
We'll come back to the subject matter, but then let's go on this break and come back very quickly. Please don't go away. All right, folks, welcome back. Today, let's take the story home. You know, so government says, build here, don't build here. It's in our blood, in our DNA, to flout the rule. Go ahead, and then when something goes wrong, government is at fault.
Well, I think basically we have to look at the fact that naturally people like to disobey laws and order. But the advice I have for Nigerians is that, it's biblical that one king may reign today and not recognize Joseph. If you have the patience for disobeying rules and laws where you live, where you come from, if you go to some other state, learn to respect their grand rules and norms so that at the end of the day, you don't come around. If you go to any Ministry of Physical Planning now and you forcefully, by grafting somebody's hand, obtain a fake permit to build, by the time the law enforcement agency come around to enforce the law or to make sure that what you have done is wrong, the civil servant or somebody that you have bribed in order to have your way because you have money in your pocket may not be there then. And in most cases, it will not be there then. And in most cases, you will have become very old to do anything again. So your loss will be many. And that is when people become unnecessarily emotional. When you see a flood path, when you see a flood plain, when you see a place like Jide said.
So they look at this building
look
by
at
the
place.
channel going
by
down.
the channel. You know,
Setback.
even setback. People look at that place, that drainage now. People even want to build inside the drainage. Look at it now. So I don't know. You look at that Minister of Environment, fine now. So if people choose to disobey the law, I think at any point in time they should be made to pay the price for disobedience. No matter without looking at who source to go. I thank God for the grace and the courage of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for standing by the Minister and the Commissioner for Environment. There was a place the man went to in Lekki, and the woman started, she gathered her children and they knelt down in front of the man. The man said, it's not about kneeling down here. It's about enforcing the law that has been on since 2017. So I praise the courage of the governor. But look, yes, they may call you any name, but the fact is that people have to learn to respect the law. As for those people who are reading ethnic,
blocking drainages and all that,
those who are reading ethnic meaning to this thing, I think they should have to be reminded that election is over. We are now to face the task of governance, and there cannot be good governance if some people choose to disobey the law.
Okay.
And the enforcement should not
look at it.
Have any ethnic coloration.
Coloration at all.
When they move like this, Yorubas will pay.
Everybody, it affects everybody.
Who has chosen to build in inappropriate areas, so of course, will pay. So those developers too, these are the times when you don't see them.
They will disappear.
They will go and buy. You must look at the location where you are buying a house. You have to look at the location.
Look at the relevant papers.
Yes, is this place good? There is a drainage permit that you have to collect. That's a drainage permit. People building skyscrapers on this thing on drainage
channels.
You cannot just build anywhere. Some places are designated as green areas. Like in Abuja, you go and build houses.
Because you have money to corrupt people.
Because you think
you have money.
The law will not catch up with you. And when it's removed, you start saying, oh, it's because they don't like me or they don't like my ethnicity. That has to stop.
Yeah.
We must obey the law. Big people in Nigeria are among the most irresponsible in our country. Big people. They go abroad. The things that they dare not do abroad because they know and over there the system works. And if you infringe on the law, you go to jail. Those things they come here to do. Nigerians during COVID, they came home. They knew that they dare not go against the decision of government to impose restrictions and all that. But they came here and they were going to nightclubs during COVID.
During COVID, yes.
Until they went to arrest them.
Today you heard about a Nigerian who preserved his cigarette stubs in his pocket. As soon as he got to the airport here, he emptied the thing on the floor and nothing happened. That's my country, your country.
No, the things that we can't do over there,
come and do it here.
We come and do it.
A lot of impunity.
I mean, it has to stop. You can't, if you want your country to be great, then you must live by the rules. You cannot have a situation in which when you go abroad, you behave like a decent person, but when you get to your country, you behave like a thoroughly irresponsible person. No, you can't. We can't accept that. We can't accept that.
Otherwise, we're saying that's not us.
We don't want a lawless nation.
That's not us.
People behave themselves over there because
that
you can't bribe your way out of jail. You go to jail. They jail ex-presidents now.
What of South Africa?
Have we ever succeeded in
jailing
an ex-president in our country?
Can you jail,
Israel jailed the prime minister.
Can you jail a president dog here?